Well, hello there. Now, in this video, I am going to be doing another Daniel Cooper technique. Now, this one in particular, I did it before I'd launched this YouTube channel. And it was my first ever short that I put out. And I'm very excited. So I am going to do the what's it called, like illusion, the illusion technique, but I'm going to do more than one. And Nikki from Kernix Creations knows that I don't do like seasonal makes, sort of, you know, Halloween, Christmas, Easter and all that. And well, it's not that I don't do them, I don't do them very often. And so she challenged me to make something sort of spooky, creepy, but pretty at the same time. So let's see if I can make that happen. And also, apart from this intro, I will time lapse and probably do a voiceover because I'm really going to take my time. And I will talk you through what I'm doing, basically. Otherwise, this video will be super long and everybody get bored and they will just leave me to it, and I'll be here on my own talking to myself, which, you know, is quite usual for me anyway. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to time lapse you. I will do a voiceover and then come back in if, you know, I need to tell you something, obviously, because the voiceover won't happen till I've edited the video. Does that even make sense? It does in my head, so it probably doesn't. Anyway, let's get to it. Can't wait. Be using UV resin, by the way, and I'm going to use my Resiners UV resin because I've completely and utterly fallen in love with it. And I'll be using the UV function of my G3. Yes. So I will get on and you will probably hear voiceover me next. This is going to be the longest voiceover I've ever done. So please be patient with me. I may run out of things to talk about, but we shall see. 8 minutes of me talking. Can you cope? What I'm doing here is dusting this mould with nail powders from Amazon. It comes in a set and I got them, and it's all Daniel Cooper's fault, obviously. I will link the video of Daniel Cooper's in the description box below so that you can go and check out his video because he does a much better job than me. And this particular mould was for nail art, and it was very fiddly, not as fiddly as the one and you know, a little bit further on. So I am just putting the nail powders in the mould, dusting the 3 doll faces with it, then curing them, turning it over, curing it again. Further along in the video, I do actually have to change UV lights because of the mould I'm using is too big. So yes, I will be changing my UV machine coming up soon. Now, giving this mould a bit of a clean off. There we go. There's me changing the mould. The mould? The UV light even. And then, yes, I gave the mould a clean just to pick up any debris. It had been cleaned beforehand, but had then been sitting there. I don't take chances. I put some resin in these ovals. I then put some UV resin on the faces themselves to try and prevent bubbles as much as possible, and then put them into these ovals that had the UV resin in. And you do it so that the face is facing upwards. Is that right? Yes. So usually with detail you'd put it down, but you put the face up because that's what creates the illusion of it sort of, it's really strange and quite hard to describe, but it's like it follows you around. Like when you move, it's like it's still watching. It's very bizarre. And so I got this bit done, and I was just like, yeah, it works. I can see that it works. Wasn't working as well as when I first tried it, and it certainly wasn't working as well as when Daniel Cooper did it. Now, I'd got this mould from Temu. I have got the one that Daniel Cooper uses and that I used in that first short I put on my channel. But because the cabochon mould I had they're not really big enough to fit those size spaces in. So I did get this one from Temu, and I thought maybe this one will work. And then I thought, let's switch it up a little bit. And this is another nail art mould that's got like a skeletal hand holding a rose, and it's got all that kind of thing in. The most fiddly moulds you will ever use with UV resin, I can assure you. Once again, I dusted this with the same colour nail powder. Don't ask me which one that is because they're not labelled. I'm then using just my normal torch, just not a UV torch, just a normal torch, to try and help me see where the bubbles are. And it's not a case of if there are bubbles, there were bubbles, 110%. And then, while I'm trimming it down, I actually cut off the rose, so I have to stick it on separately after. But this was so fiddly, but they are so awesome. I'm really glad I did these. The plan was just to have the doll faces for this, and I'm really glad I switched it up a bit. The doll's faces just weren't giving me what I wanted on their own, and I do the same process again here. They get covered in UV resin to try and prevent bubbles when I'm putting it into this UV resin. Now, I don't fill the mould up all of the way, because then obviously when you go to put something in it, it's going to spill over. And so I didn't fill it up all the way. And then I go on to put black backs on these, and I use the J Diction black UV resin. What an awesome thing to have. And many times you'll see me going back, making sure they fit in the bezels and etc, etc. These bezels have come from various locations, most of them from Amazon. I just don't know where exactly I got them from, because I have had them for years and years. They're very easy to find. If you just searched closed bezels, these are closed bezels. Open ones are obviously without the back. That's self-explanatory. So now I'm just trying to decide which order to put these in, which way I wanted them to go. And yeah, there was lots of umming and ahhing. I went ahead and sanded the backs down so they were as flat as possible, because they don't fit just right into those bezels. I also did some dry brushing on this frame and this piece of card. It was my first time doing some dry brushing. I got some proper brushes for it and everything. So I was quite pleased with how that turned out. And I then just get sort of the jump rings out and the necklace cord, because I want this to be, it's great as wall art, but I wanted the option to be able to wear it as a necklace as well, which is really not my kind of thing. And I wanted all three connected, so I just glued a jump ring on the back of the ones that needed sort of top and bottom. And then I'm just using several sort of jump rings to attach them all together here. I hope you're enjoying my little mini pumpkin in the corner there. I got it especially for this video because we don't get trick-or-treaters around here, and you know, so there's not much point me doing much Halloween decor. So I thought I'd have it in this video, and it gave me a reason to buy it. How cute is it? I'm so pleased with how this came out. I really am. the vision that I had in my head came to life, and it came to life better than I actually imagined it would. And then I also decided that all the little spares that I made, so the two bigger faces and the little sort of skeleton hands and everything like that, I decided that they should go on as well. So that's what I did. I am so pleased with this result. Thank you all for sticking with me. You will hear me again in a minute once I've stuck all this on, and there will be a video at the end to show you the results in some better lighting. Cottage lighting, it ain't the one. It really isn't. And we're not getting many sunny days, so I shall try my best. Right, moment of truth. Has this vision worked? Make sure it's the right way up. I'm just pushing down the bits on the back. Ta-da! Wow, it's actually worked. I've stuck the backs of these down with blue tack because even though I think it does look really cool in a frame, I might like to wear it as a necklace. I haven't quite decided yet. But I thought if I just stick them down with blue tack for now. Wow. This is much better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what to say right now. I really love it. I really, really love it. I will do a little video in a minute showing you in better light with some closer ups maybe. But please do watch all the other videos in this amazing collaboration run by Claire's Crafty Corner. There will be some mind-blowing creations in this collaboration. I just know it. I absolutely know it. The playlist will be down in the description box, so go check it out. Right down there. And thank you to Nikki at Koenig's Creations for setting me this challenge. And you must let me know what you think. Have I managed to get the spooky yet pretty vibe? Let me know. And if you won't mind, I would absolutely love it if you would leave a like on this video and a comment if you have enjoyed watching. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye. And here she is. I know that the ring light on the top of the photo box is getting in the way, so I will turn that off and then put it flat down there and show you. But can you see how they move with you? It's so cool. I did some black aquacast bits as well. Did that skeleton and the Grim Reaper. And there's some just natural coloured aquacast tombstones that were put in order. It's so cool. I love it.
Resin in the mixer looking fine. Crystals shining bright just like a sign. Experimenting new things on the fly. My YouTube debuts reaching for the sky. Got the camera rolling, lights in place. Steady hands but hearts gon' race. First techniques sometimes go astray, but mistakes are just the price we pay.